Chris Gunzz here with trainer at Gabe Rosado, Billy Briscoe, just 2 days before he takes his charge into the ring against the undefeated junior middleweight contender Jermell Charlo in just 2 days at the DC Armory. It's going to be on Showtime for anyone who wants to see it. Thanks for joining me so close to fight time, Billy. How's it feel to be back to this frigid place like DC after being in paradise like Puerto Rico?
Man, we're from the East Coast. We're used to it.
How happy is Gabe that he picked up and went to paradise after seeing what happened the other day? He dodged the bullet with that foot of snow that Philadelphia got. How happy was he?
Oh, it was very good. That he was able to go to Puerto Rico and refocus and lose the weight.
And tell me about your stay in Puerto Rico. How was it? I heard they welcomed.
Oh, it was great. Puerto Rico is a beautiful place. They got very nice people, beautiful weather.
It doesn't get better.
The boxing, what more can you ask for? You know what I mean?
That's right.
You got to forgive me on the stuttering, man. Fight week.
Yeah.
You know how that goes.
Stressful. Have you ever been there before?
No, that was actually my first time.
Yeah. I saw Gabe in videos and pictures training in Puerto Rico. Why did you decide? Why did you decide to go to Puerto Rico instead of Arizona like you did the last couple of training camps?
Well, that's where Gabe's from. His people are from Puerto Rico, so you know what I mean. And he went back over there, and he's been there quite a few times, and he really likes it. He always wanted to do a training camp in Puerto Rico, so that was the best time to do it. Beautiful weather, like I said. Extremely nice people, very knowledgeable boxing fans. Love boxing.
Yeah.
Very well equipped gyms.
Yep.
What more could you ask for?
That's right. It's an interesting fight, Billy. Was there any second thoughts or hesitations to agree to make 154 again, either for Gabe or for you?
Well, Gabe said he always could make 54. You know what I mean? He just the opportunity presented itself, so he took it. And
at this point, and if there was any worry, you probably wouldn't tell me about it, but was there any worries about agreeing to make this 154-pound limit?
There's no way at all. You make 54 with no problem. You know what I mean?
And
no problem whatsoever.
What's his weight at right now?
Oh, I'm not sure. We didn't even touch the scale yet. But he's definitely where he needs to be.
You labeled it Operation Chop Down Charlo. Tell me about that.
Well, that's our thing. You know what I mean? We had our chief sparring partner, Dennis Hassan, which is a 15-0 hot prospect, undefeated light heavyweight that had an extensive amateur career, missed the Olympics by 1 or 2 fights, and he came up with it. He said, from the bare land to tropical sands for Operation Chop Down Charlo, and then we just ran with it.
Hearing Chop Down Charlo and reading what they said about the upcoming fight, Gabe doesn't seem to be so impressed by Charlo. Of course, he's the fighter, and he's supposed to feel like he's going to win this fight easy. And I think it's good to feel that way for him.
You're swimming with sharks, with rocks in your pocket, and then they give you a chance to fight a guy that's not a bad fighter, but hasn't had that type of experience. He doesn't have a bag of tricks. That hasn't faced adversity.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Gabe's mentality is on another level, man. He's to be honest with you, we know we can't get a decision. So, that's not even an option.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's a shame, but it is what it is. Politically, we've been catching some bad breaks. We've been getting some, bad decisions and whatnot. So we got to take it out of the judge's hand.
Yeah.
So we got to stop this guy.
Yep. And what about you? You're the trainer. You're watching fights of Jermell Charlo. What do you think of Charlo?
I think he's a good young fighter.
So
I think he's a good young fighter. I think that he's talented. I think he believes in himself. I think that he has potential to be a world champion. And I think he can be a world champion in a few years. But just after Gabe beats him, hopefully he doesn't get mentally discouraged. He gets back on the horse and goes forth and a successful career.
Yeah, and Gabe did an interview with Fight Hype yesterday, and in the interview he mentioned a conversation that he had with you about the game plan that you guys bring to the ring. He said that in the Jay Leon Love fight and the Kid Chocolate fight, the blueprint that you devised worked perfectly. Both decisions at the time went against him. Of course, the Love fight was overturned when he tested positive for the banned substance. But in this fight here, he says that he's going to bring the fight to him the way Maidana did to Broner. Is that the game plan, Billy? Just try to run right out of the ring.
Pretty much. That's pretty much it.
And in the interview he did,
in a nutshell.
The interview he did was with Ben Thompson. He also mentioned a comment that Charlo said that Gabe will be making a big mistake if he chooses to go toe-to-toe. Do you think that Charlo really feels that way, or do you think he's kind of worried that that's actually what might happen?
I say that, man. That's just what he's saying, you know what I mean? But you got to be realistic. Look, you want to know what they're banking on. There's three things they're banking on. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The first thing they're banking on is that Gabe's going to kill himself to make weight, right? That's what they're banking on.
Yeah.
So the second thing that, you know, they're buying Gabe's first. And that's going to happen. And then the third thing that we're banking on is that they're going to be able to work that, open up, and get the stops.
Mm-hmm.
Three things they're banking on.
You're kind of breaking up there.
They want, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would know what you're saying if I could hear you. You're kind of breaking up on me, Billy.
I gotta go into the joint a minute or so, but I was saying the three things they're banking on is one, they're banking on that he's gonna kill himself to make weight.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever hear that? The second thing they're banking on is that they're gonna be able to, that their boxing is gonna be better than our pressure. They're gonna be able to box us all night, all 12 rounds to get a decision. And then the third thing they're banking on is that the cut will open up and they'll be able to, you know, get the stoppage that way. But we have all three bases covered, so.
I know you're pressed for time. I just want to get this in real quick. One thing's for sure, though. Ronnie Shields is going to be in the corner, and he's a hell of a trainer, one of the best in the world. Do you think?
One of the best in the game. Learned from Philadelphia's own Georgie Ben.
That's right. That's right.
Philadelphia boxing knowledge is long-reaching.
You know your history. One of the best in the world trainers. You think he's overlooking Gabe, or do you think he's just saying these things?
He's too seasoned of a guy for that. He's way too seasoned of a guy to overlook somebody of Gabe caliber. You know what I'm saying?
And you're the only trainer Gabe ever had. Your relationship with him's as close as a fighter-trainer can be, and I'm sure he talks to you about everything. How disappointing was it not winning that fight against Quillen?
I mean, it was disappointing because, I mean, at the end of the day, the cut was open, but it wasn't bleeding. You know what I'm saying? If it was obstructing his vision, then, you know, then it is what it is. But, you know, they were just waiting for something to happen, you know.
Yeah, and looking at Gabe's record. Looking at Gabe's record, it doesn't appear like he would be anything special. Of course, the competition. Yeah,
but see, you got to understand something. You never let a man's name, reputation, or record beat you. If anything, you let the man beat you. Then you do everything in power to make sure that don't happen. That comes right out of the old school book. So, you know, if somebody want to be dumb enough and judge a man by his record, then, hey, they deserve the ass whooping that they're going to get.
Mm-hmm. And
you know,
how does Gabe keep himself into the game and focused and coming in mentally there? Because boxing is mentally 90% of it.
Boxing, 80-90%. You know what I mean? The key is you got to learn how to control. You know, you never take a win to the heart, a win to the head, and a loss to the heart. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, the best loss. Sugar Ray Robinson was one of the greatest fighters ever lived. He lost. The great Muhammad Ali, he lost. The great Joe Frazier. The great Henry Armstrong. We could go on and on. They all lost. It's not that they lost. They persevered and they kept going forth. And that's why great career. I mean, there might be guys that beat Willie Pep early on in his career, but you don't ever hear them because they weren't willing to sacrifice, willing to pick up and rebuild and move forth. Gabe was willing to sacrifice, pick up, move forth, and that's why he got where he is.
Yeah, and the trainers, one of the big reasons why fighters are able to do that, and I think you and Gabe are perfect together. You have that perfect mentality to keep them in the game and keep them mentally there and ready. How hungry is Gabe for a win? The last time he won was September 2012 against.
Well, he's hungry no matter what. I mean, you know, we could be on a 50-fight winning streak and he's still hungry. He's a hungry individual. You know what I mean? He fights hungry. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing. Yeah, you know.
You're hyped and you're ready. What's Gabe's mood right now? Does his mood change?
I mean, he's ready to go to war. We could fight tonight. You know what I'm saying? It's no big thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What are we gonna see?
We go for emotions now.
Bell rings, Billy. What are we gonna see for this fight? What's your prediction and what do you think?
You're gonna see a great fight. You know what I mean? You know, you're gonna see him boxing and moving and using the ring and trying to tie us up to the other fight well on the inside, the other fight in the pocket. And you're gonna see Gabe applying smart, relentless pressure.
One of the good guys in the game. One of the good guys in the game. You're pressed for time, I know, and one of the great trainers.
I'm about to go into licensing right now. I got to get licensed.
Good luck, Billy.
Today
Appreciate it.
tomorrow.
Good luck to you and Gabe on Saturday night. Appreciate it.
All right, brother. Thank you again.
Chris Gunzz here.